Alright, hey now friends. You guys said you wanted a tutorial, so here I am. We're gonna be using the same colors that I used in my mani, apple of my eye, and then fall in love. I just used dip liquids, and then you also need, careful with these, oils. And then I just used some tweezers. So without further ado, we're gonna get right into it. Okay, I need some base. Okay. So this is the way that I chose to do it. After Melissa kind of gave me instructions. Again, this is not I did not come up with this design. I did get inspiration from Melissa, owner of Decals by Melissa, Not Your Average Humanities, if you want to follow her personal. So what I did is so on my nails there was like some where it had red on the top and on the bottom, and like some where there's red and then the glitter on the bottom. So what I kind of did was just did it so I didn't lose track, is just did like the top layer first. And this, like, you don't want it to be perfect by any means. So I just got a little base and kind of just did it randomly, I guess you could say. So that's my first layer. And I did do the pour over method just because it's easier for me with stilettos. You can dip, but I don't know if like the liquids will move. I would recommend the dip or pour over method for this one. So the first layer is not going to be perfect. And again, you don't want it to be. I did do 2 layers of color. And then just dust off the excess. And then I went in again. What way do you want this to go? Yeah, this way. So I kind of just like met it up at the middle. Ooh. I may have not left a big enough chunk for the glitter, but we will problem solve because this may happen when you're doing your nails. And this happened while I was doing mine, so I just kind of poured it over where I wanted it to go, and then made sure when I tapped off the excess that I just kind of, I'll set this off to the side for a second, I just kind of went like this so it didn't go back up, because some of this liquid still may be wet and the powder would catch. So that is definitely going to take a second to dry. And that's what it looks like after the first layer. So that's what I did. I did all of my nails, like the top layer. I did 1 coat, and then went back and did the second layer, bottom coat, and then I did top layer again, and then bottom coat, and then did glitter, which is what we will do today. And I did use the stiff brush in between just to make sure like I wasn't getting everything super chunky, getting off any extra powder that I could. I keep forgetting to dunk my brush. And because I want the glitter to peek through a little bit more, I'm not bringing it all the way down for my second layer, so that can just go under the glitter. Didn't wipe my thing again. So then just pour. Oh. Have a light hand. I hate when I'm doing swatches and I get it at like the bottom. And then just wait a second. I found with pour over method, before you brush off, you're gonna want to wait a little bit longer, just because it takes a little bit for the powders to kind of soak into the liquid. So that should be good. So just light brush. See this, like I said, this is what my nails look like. I'll throw up a picture. I did take a picture before I added glitter, just kind of like how random it looked. But you don't want it to look perfect at all. I do not recommend, like, not perfect. You don't want it to look like super symmetrical. Just kind of, it needs to be random. Like each different, in my mani, each nail was different. They weren't like two exactly the same. And then I'm gonna brush off the excess of the bottom. So I would definitely pick colors where you're gonna get full coat coverage and 2 layers of the color. Like you want something that's gonna be super opaque by the time you hit the second dip. Because with the foils and everything, and the way that Melissa taught me to do it, it can get a little bit chunky, because I do recommend 2 coats of clear when we're done, which I will show you. I'm getting ahead of myself, but definitely pick a color that's going to be opaque, and you're going to get the payoff that you want. Which I think these are so pretty for fall. Love it. I don't know if I got this everywhere I wanted it to go. Trust me, like Melissa said, like once you're done, you're gonna want to do all the rainbows. So I have a few more manis planned with this kind of style. I don't know if I'll do like the full thing again, like all the colors or all the nails with that type of a design. I might just do like 2 or 3. But I definitely have a few planned for fall. And some aren't even fall colors. I'm just excited. So, well, that's chilling. I'm gonna put lid on that. So, next is going to be the glitter. This part you're gonna want to you're gonna want to lay flat into the dip. So what I kind of did is just like I would with any glitter. Is just put it in a cupcake liner and brought all the chunkies to the top. And then got out a little baggie. And before I do that, I'm just gonna do a quick little ta-da. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your liquid and put it into the spots. I only did 1 dip of glitter. So that's why you want to make sure, like, I'm sure I'm overthinking this and explaining this way too hard, but you only want to do 1 dip of glitter because, again, you don't want it to be too chunky. That's why you want to get all the little, like, that's why I got all these pretty pieces to the top, so I could just do 1 and done. Jesus. And then you're gonna lay Mommy's okay, Boogie. what it looks like. And then I'm just gonna push down the stragglers. A little baggy. And voila, set that off to the side and put my lid, or put the glitter back in the jar before I dump it. Such a pretty combo, love it. My Rocky Mountain dip powder soap is definitely in my top 2. Okay, so that's gonna dry, and while that's drying, I'm going to get another cupcake liner and pick out some foils. So I got this 3-pack off of Amazon. You can DM me if you want the link. There's these gold ones, a rose gold container, and then a silver. I want to see if there are other colors I can get. I was literally expecting them to be like this big because I paid $7 for all 3 with Amazon Prime free shipping. Excuse me. And they came and they're like this jumbo. That I want to find smaller containers of different foils. I feel like I've been playing around a lot with my nail art and I love it. Like I still love a simple mani, you know. But at the same time, it's fun to like play it up. Dang, this video is gonna be long. Okay, so I always recommend putting your lid back on your foils because if you breathe the wrong way, like I did, mine blew everywhere. So as you can see, these are kind of chunky. If yours come like that, I'm gonna use these scissors. I just like cut mine into smaller pieces in my cupcake liner. I know you would think you probably want bigger chunks, but I like it small so that I can be more precise when I'm pasting them. Oh, I cut the bottom of the cupcake liner. Okay, that should be enough for the one nail. Okay, so this is dry. We're gonna take our stiff brush, knock off any excess. And here's what we're looking like so far. So how I did this is I literally just took the base and dabbed it where I wanted some foil to go. So then I just took, like, this is the littlest chunk. Oh. And then the reason why my tweezers are all, I have a bunch of tweezers for nail art, but these ones are now specifically my foil ones because the base and the foil got it. But then I just push down the foil. So it kind of looks crinkled like it did in my mani. And then you literally just repeat the process. It looks super intimidating and scary. I was really nervous to try this because I don't like to fail at things. But I literally just followed Melissa's instructions. Sometimes the foils like to be difficult, but eventually you will get it to stick down, maybe. Nope. Not stinking. So what we will do is we will troubleshoot. So AKA I need to stop yakking and just show you guys what I'm doing. And like this part, you can do it as thick or as skinny as you want it. Yeah, that's really not sticking. Let me get another piece. Get this piece. And you kind of just want to follow the line of, apparently this piece wants to stay, so we'll leave it there. the line of the glitter. So like you can see it was like a perfect triangle, so now I'm just kind of placing along that so it doesn't look, so it looks more imperfectly perfect. You feel me? Okay, so this, you can stop here, but what I'm gonna do is place some base, oh maybe fell too much off my brush, on top of the foils and just push all these extra ones down and then see if I need to fill in any gaps. And you kind of have to move a little quicker or just keep applying base. I don't think adding extra base to your nails adds a lot of thickness, but it can. So like this part, you can see it's a little bare spot, so I'm just gonna place some base there. Grab one of my foils. And ta-da! And then I'm missing a spot right there. I promise you this video is going to be a little bit longer, but I wanted to go on a depth as much as possible so you guys kind of have like a guide on what to do, because I know a lot of you were looking forward to this tutorial. And I'd hate to do like, this isn't sticking, why? There we go. And I hate to do just like a 5-minute one, show you like 2 steps and be done. So just want to make sure I'm thorough. Nope, this is gonna stick to. All right, so that's what it looks like on the bottom layer. I'm gonna do the top off camera since you guys kind of got the gist now, for the sake of time. All right, and here is our semi-finished product. So next, I either recommend doing 1 thicker coat of clear to encapsulate or 2 thin layers of clear to encapsulate. And then I still have all this foil left over. I'll dump that back in. It literally doesn't take very much for a nail. So this, and when you, I'm just gonna do the 1 thicker layer because that's what I did in my mani. But just make sure like brush as normal, but then when you get to this part, you're gonna wanna flow over the design. And then, yeah, I'll show you. So I'm just floating over. I'm not using a lot of pressure. And then I'm just, this is why you really want slow drying dip liquids if that's what you're gonna use. Because you kind of have to go back in a few times to make sure you got everything kind of saturated. But I'm just making sure that this all has base on it. So I only have to do the 1 layer of clear. I did have someone ask me if like this was super messy, like if it ruined a lot of stuff. The only thing that I really ruined, or not ruined, are the tweezers, which I can soak those in acetone and the foils can come off. I didn't contaminate any of my liquids, that sort of thing. Contaminating any of my powders. And then at that point, after I poured over, I did dunk it in once just to make sure I got everything good. I know it looks like there's a crap ton of clear on there, And then for this, since if you did do one thicker layer, I would suggest waiting just a second before trying to take it or stiff brush it off. This video is gonna be so long. I need a drink of Red Bull. Alright, that should be good. See, most of that was just excess. Get as much as you can with like the soft dip kabuki brush, whatever you have. And then with the stiffer brush, I would recommend doing this, but doing this with a light hand. Just in case it hasn't dried yet. All right, and then activate. I'm gonna file and buff off and top coat off camera, so this video isn't forever long, but I will BRB. All right, and there you have it, folks. I hope this helped and you love it. If you have any questions at all, just reach out to me. I love making tutorials for you guys, and so does Bug. That's why he squeaked his ball. But yeah, if you have any questions, just reach out to me. I did top it with gel top coat like I would with a regular mani. You can do dip top coat. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye, guys.